going to try and do a new intro every time.
I don't know if that one was
mix
new,
it up.
But starting from today.
I mean, I sang a little bit.
Oh, okay.
I'm trying to mix it up.
Fair enough.
As much as I can.
What's up, party people?
Yes, thank you for joining us right now for the RMFantasy SX show recap from Arlington. Got a lot to talk about.
Yeah, Triple Crowns are usually eventful.
Hey.
Should
Tomac be worried? That's the
the
thumbnail question, right? That's the title of this video is like, should Tomac be worried right now?
The question is, should he? Should he? I think so, but is he? I don't think he actually is worried.
So you think he should be, but he's not?
I think, yeah, exactly. I think Webb is coming, man. The floodgates are open, as we've seen in the past. Once he gets a win, yeah.
Okay, I don't know. We'll talk more about it. I'd love to hear what everybody else thinks. It just doesn't feel like Tomac is. When we started the season out, he wins the first 2 rounds. Then he wins 3 out of 4, and you're like, dude, Tomac is dominating. He's the fastest guy. Hey. But these last few rounds, he just looks like a guy. So I don't know. Easy. We're going to take away your controls over there.
We're going to do some parenting behind
Jeepers.
the scenes.
But anyway, thank you for joining us live right now. Hey, we got to give away 20 tickets to
Indianapolis.
Indy. So after this video is done, comment down below. Let us know if you can make it to Indianapolis. And we've got 20 tickets that we're going to give away. So make sure have your notifications on. Be checking back to make sure to see if we responded to your comment to get you some tickets.
You know how hard it's going to be for me to not just want to talk about Daytona all show?
Oh,
Daytona
my gosh.
next weekend? That's what Thursday's for.
We'll get into it a little bit.
Sounds good. But
do it for Dale.
Exactly. We need more of that, more AP. AP was a little quiet. I mean, he passed Tomac. Let's get back to Tomac a little bit.
Okay.
Because, yeah, he gets passed by Roxon. He wasn't looking phenomenal all night long, but that last main, after he went down, Roxon goes by.
I don't know if it was that. I mean, Kenny held him to less than 2 seconds for that entire 15-minute main. And it's like, if you're Tomac, that's not a comfortable lead. Yeah. So I can't imagine he was okay with Kenny being that close the whole time.
Yeah. You know what? My brother and I were talking about this. I do have to respect. Tomac just owns it though. When he has these off nights, it's so different. He doesn't come. They approach him the same way. Ask him like, what? Obviously something has to be wrong. And with Sexton, when he goes down weekend after weekend, his answer is always, "Oh, we're gonna go back, do some testing."
Proud of my riding. I was putting in some of my best laps.
Some changes on the bike to do. But Tomac's just, I don't know. It is what it is. He never is. Blaming the bike. And I'm not saying that Sexton always blames the bike necessarily.
And maybe Tomac
he just has these off weekends. Like when we thought he might be sick. He wasn't sick. Yeah. He just owned it, and it's different.
Maybe it was just a track that didn't allow the fastest guy just to check out.
Sure.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't know. Sexton Marshall. I don't know. He just doesn't seem like the. I don't know. I don't know what to think.
His previous knee issue is hurting. Was that last year?
That was last year in Atlanta.
Yeah, it was at the end of the season.
Yeah, I don't know.
He obviously was off somewhat from what Tomac normally is, or maybe the rest of this guy.
Oh my gosh. Okay, we're about to fire some people. Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. So comment down below. We'll talk about Tomac more here in a little bit and talk about the results. But so it's Cooper Webb.
Yes.
Another sneaky win. How many laps did he lead? He had 5 laps led coming into Saturday night.
Until that last main, right? He wasn't leading any. So he's still...
Did he win the overall? He only won the last one. It was like only a few minutes ago when Sexton had the lappers get in the way.
Because Tomac won the first one. We had Anderson take the second one, which Anderson straight up passed Webb, and took off.
And then Webb, made that mistake in the whoops in the last one. But then Webb just gets that sneaky win, and he only led like 3 or 4 laps on the whole night.
Yeah, which there's no doubt he's riding good. Like, he wouldn't be getting these finishes if he wasn't riding good. But there has to still be that thought in the back of his head that I still haven't straight up won main event without something crazy going on.
We'll have it on Thursday, unless maybe Dr. JB is in the house. He could tell us. But I'd be curious to know, because Tomac led every lap of the first one, led laps in the third one, Sexton led laps. And so those guys' lap total count is insane, and Cooper Webb is 2 points back of Tomac right now.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy to me.
I think that's closer than Sexton's been in a minute. This points gap. That's why I think if Tomac isn't worried, Maybe he should be.
Yeah, I don't know.
But
So we had Cooper Webb, Chase Sexton, which I got right in my points. Stoked for that. Tomac 3rd, Anderson 4th. I got him right. Kenny Roczen 5th, which honestly we maybe should have predicted that because he was pretty good in the last Triple Crown.
Yeah, I was kind of eating my words. Roczen just likes these Triple Crowns, and I think Beta Two-Stroke just mentioned that Triple Crowns just tend to not favor Tomac this year. I feel like before this year, our Triple Crown stats on Tomac were pretty good.
Yeah.
He never seemed to struggle. But
well, he threw it away. I mean, he was leading that last one. Chase had already gone down. So he probably wins the overall if he doesn't have that little weird, which we'll get to it. We'll show the highlights.
Maybe we say this, though, because his stomping grounds is next weekend, yeah?
Yeah.
And if he doesn't come back swinging then he should actually be worried. So maybe our question will be answered after this weekend. But anyway, overall, I don't know if you got all the way through that. With the wild card, Josh Hill came through again. This guy is just attracted to that spot now too. He's qualifying for main events consistently. That was my beef with it before, is he was...
Justin Hill ran pretty good too. He was just outside the top 10.
He ran too good. That was the thing.
He ran too good. Yeah,
exactly.
Did you have him in your wild card too?
I had Justin in the wild card.
Okay. Oh, interesting. All right, well, look, let's break it down here. Oh, weekly prizes. What's up for grabs this week? Get them up there, Levi. We got 7 casual package, FXR gear set, Fastway Pro Moto billet foot pegs, Bridgestone Battlecross tires, Fast Company with their foot pegs to reduce vibration, Fox Casual, Motool with their digital sag scale, and then we got Fly protection package there, Scott Prospect goggles, and a Chairbees $150 spending spree. So get yourself a full set of plastics there.
Not bad.
Not bad.
Let's do it. We got the top 3 winning these factory prepped, race prepped, I should say, KTM dirt bikes with the 450 in first, 2-stroke in second, and the new E5 in third. We got Stay Sick in fourth, RM Spending Spree in fifth, Alpine Stars, Motion Pro, Fly, Oakley, and the Milestone video game prize pack wrapping that up. No shortage of prizes. Let's give a little shout out to those who did walk away with last week's weekly prizes. You got the player leaderboard loaded up? Let's get that up on there. Curious to see how the standings, if they've changed at all. They had a big change last week with our own Jared Oldham getting bumped out of the RMFantasy SXperts group. Looks like we got some new leaders there. If any of those are you in the chat, let us know.
Dude, I'm catching you, bro.
I got like 50 points behind me.
I'm catching up.
This is the closest I think you've ever been to me in
steady.
fantasy.
I just need a couple picks right per week.
What did you get this weekend?
I got Sexton and Anderson, and then that's it.
Like on the money, you got these two.
Yeah, but if Tomac wins, I have the podium correct.
So you got a couple extra points. You had these guys in there, so you got 5 or 10.
Yeah, it was like 50.
You probably
points.
outscored me. Yeah, I was 44. Not that.
I got you by
great.
I think 10 points.
Yep.
Ha! Take it. All right.
How about player stats though? What was the average?
Average points was 51. That's not bad. Well,
no, the second highest scoring round this season as far as player average.
So I was barely above that. We had 12 perfect scores, so second round in a row we've had those. Let's see, 40% had at least 2 picks correct. 78% had at least 1 right.
Which you would hope to see if you're not getting 1 pick right.
When you know the top 5's that solid.
Exactly.
Yeah, that'd be a rough weekend if you didn't get any right.
Yes, it would.
Let's see, 9, so almost 10% had Webb to win.
That went up a ton. I swear Webb to win was down near like 1 or 2% last week.
He was the most picked rider for third, which is where I had him.
I think I had him in second.
Look at that. Sexton was picked by 30% to win. 33% had him in second. Tomac was 55 or close to it. So, geez, I
all over the place, really.
I mean,
Jason Anderson was picked to win by 5. Did qualifying scare you at all? You saw Anderson topped that, right?
Oh, when he topped the board?
Yeah.
But he's had more weirdo races than Sexton, as far as like he's gone down in the first corner.
I'm saying, did that just concern you at all? Like, should I put Anderson to win this thing?
Oh, I don't know. He comes out and won one of them. I don't know. Until he does it, he just hasn't put, in the last Triple Crown, he did the same thing. Just didn't have 3 consistent mains.
But I saw he topped qualifying, but then if you start to look at the numbers closer, I think the top 4 were all on the same second, though. So it's minuscule, the difference that they were having, so it didn't really change my picks. Again, I peeped at qualifying like half an hour before the races started. When my race finished, I was been out all day.
I've just been trying so hard not to let qualifying sway my decisions.
That's probably smart.
Because at this point, even if Sexton qualifies first, I'm like,
Oh yeah,
and if Tomac's not first or he's second, third, fourth, whatever, I'm just like, he's showing up for the night show. Yeah, So I don't know. That's been my take. Is like just don't freak out. But Anderson was most picked to win. Let's see. Anderson was picked to win by 5% of players. So that shows not many people got him up there. Mm-hmm. He was the most picked for fourth, which is where he finished, and that's where I had him, 38%.
Me too. Let's go.
Yeah, Kenny rocks it, man. He was actually 35, almost 35% had him fifth.
Wow.
And he was in,
proven me wrong.
Over half the people had him in their top 5.
I was over it, but proved us wrong. Glad to see him back, though. I'd rather see Kenny bounce back than to just fade off completely.
Yeah, what's up with Craig, man? He just doesn't seem like he I know he was up there like running in fourth or fifth, and then it's just like once things start going maybe a little south for him, seems like it escalates quickly. Where it's like he gets passed by one, and then he gets passed. I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
We're still going to have faith.
Him call in.
He could still find himself in the top 5 at least once this season. Yeah. I feel like a track will he'll just feel spicy enough on a track and get it done.
Yeah, not everybody's lost faith in Sexton, though.
No.
Let's see here. So Christian, while we're talking, is just
going
crazy over here. So Sexton's the only rider not to finish worse than fifth in any main event, including Triple Crowns. Tomac's done worse than fifth 3 times this year. Sexton has more laps led, 62 to Tomac's 60. Webb is 2 points back, and he's only led. Well, he was leading 5 laps until last week, so I think he's led a couple, right? So how many laps were left when he passed Sexton? It was like very end, 2 or 3.
5 minutes left, so
okay, so yeah, 4 or 5 laps in there, something like that. Okay. Yeah, kind of crazy, man.
I did go back and look. So, yeah, Webb is 2 points down in the championship now. I believe Sexton is 5. So it's tight. This is the tightest I think it's been in a long time between 3 people. I looked at this point last year, courtesy of JB, and doing a little digging, that Anderson was 3 points down after round 7 at this point. So it was still close, but to have 3 guys this close, it's been a long time.
That's what concerns me about Tomac is Sexton and Webb have a better average finish than Tomac.
And even him. Yeah.
So if Tomac, I don't know, man. It's right now with these 3 in this title hunt, it's like you just cannot make a mistake. You know what I mean? Yep. Like these guys have been so solid, and maybe that's part of the reason that Tomac just seems like he's riding super cautious if he feels like the track's not going to give him what he's wanting. You know what I mean? So I don't know.
I don't know the answer exactly. He just, like I said earlier, he just seems very lax about the whole thing. Every time he's asked about it, he's just, I don't know, man. There's no exact answer, and I don't know. I feel like that he doesn't seem to be in his head at all, like Sexton is, but which could be a good thing.
Yeah.
Still a lot of racing though, a long season ahead of us, and he's in it for the long game, says Proust, and I agree.
Okay. Well,
I mean, he's contracted to Motocross now.
Yeah,
which is a big deal, and I can appreciate that a lot.
What do you think? Do you think it's the Super Motocross Championship? Like, there's all that money up for grabs?
Maybe.
Is it seeing how this new bike feels? Because he hasn't. Here's my only concern. We were talking about this. Is Tomac hasn't ridden that bike outdoors yet? Well, I've seen him ride it a couple times.
Yeah.
But I mean, if this thing's going down to the wire, none of these guys are gonna be doing any outdoor testing during the Supercross season.
No, for sure.
So when Tomac gets on that bike, it's going to be like a whole new motorcycle getting ready for outdoors. So I don't know.
But maybe I think he'll have an idea of where he needs to go, though, as far as bike setup. I think his decision to prolong or to accept his contract extension it's a lot of things. I think it's a mix of a lot of things. But I just can appreciate it because, to be honest, he's getting to that point in his career where it's almost over. Like he's not over, but it's winding down. And as opposed to, and Dungey came back, but when Dungey quit or retired, it felt like he was almost scared a little bit of this guy. Yeah. Like he didn't want to get beat. I feel like that, and maybe I could be wrong, but I always have felt like that was maybe a little bit of Dungey's reasoning for leaving. And I'm glad to see Tomac being like, no, Jet's coming up. I don't care. Sexton might be the next guy, and he might beat me. I don't care. I want to fight against the next best.
How much is up for grabs the Super Motocross title?
Oh, I can't remember.
Someone put in here $10 million. I don't know if it's that much.
High?
I don't know if it's that much, but I'm sure that dollar sign's playing a factor too for him. Okay. Let's get into some highlights here. What do we got here? Dude, how about Hardy Munoz just getting drilled in the freaking
Rest in
first
peace.
main. Well, he went down again. Look at this right
Didn't
here.
catch a break.
Oh.
Oh.
Who was it that hit him? It wasn't Shock. Right here.
Jeez. That was worse
Gosh,
than...
that's violent. That's broken ribs. That's a punctured lung. Like, that is...
Didn't Shimoda get just domed? Like
No,
last
that
year
was
at some
Freezy.
point?
Remember Freezy went down the whoops?
Yeah, he got slammed. This is worse.
And especially when it's your own
You
teammate
haven't
that
seen
does it to
somebody
you.
get... I got to be careful with
Oh,
my
no, it
word
wasn't his
choice here. I'm gonna
teammate.
get
They're just wearing the same gear. Oh, my gosh.
But rough
pretty
stuff
bad.
from
Munoz?
You saw
You
it.
got that, right?
No.
Let's see. Danger Boy Deegan went down in the whoops. His foot slipped off in the middle of the whoop section. That's
That's scary, man. That is frightening.
He wrote it out pretty
yes,
good.
he wrote it
though.
out
good
great.
for him. Let's see. Hunter Lawrence went down. Wild night, dude. The last
a
250
couple
main event.
times.
We're going to talk about that.
This was
off the start, and
Which
Max
is rough.
Anstey, just a victim.
so. This was the last main event. Yeah,
Yes.
he had gone down before this, right? Didn't he go down on the? He slid out.
We'll find it.
In the
He went
first main.
down. He slid out, and
Anyway.
then I was trying to find it. He went down with who was it? Nate Thrasher
When he hit his
on the
rear-
over under.
Yeah,
He hit his rear wheel,
exactly.
right? And then Munoz, dude,
Again.
adding insult to injury. He's kind of like Max Miller from last week. You can see him right here. That is
the curse.
him trying to get his motorcycle out of somebody else's bike. So it's just a rough night.
A very rough night.
Okay, and then in the third main event for 250s, it gets fun.
Very.
Mosman goes down.
And did we see what actually? Okay.
Right there. He just washes the
I
front.
missed what happened. I
So,
just saw the aftermath.
Takes out Jordan Smith, who is
Yep.
in the hunt for the overall. There goes J Mart and Tom Vial.
There goes Deegan.
Okay. And then Thrasher goes down. We kept catching crashes kind of like by accident
You couldn't
here.
keep up with them.
Well, so this happened, right? And then Thrasher goes down in the whoop section, and it's kind of like this big wide shot where he goes down.
And I told you this morning. This was all Thrasher. I mean, no doubt that like it's
Well,
in
did
his
he-
head that there's a lapper in
Did
the
somebody
lane.
blame the lapper?
I'm pretty sure Ricky just immediately called out this lapper for getting in his way. I was like, this was all
right.
Thrasher.
Thrasher
This was
just-
all Thrasher.
Exit stage right.
And he still came back to. How did he finish in that main? Did he
Like third or fourth.
Yeah,
he
he
still,
still did
won
good.
the overall. And then Jordan Smith goes down again, the whoop
Oh,
section.
That was the craziest way to see it too. Just getting eaten alive. Oh, poor
it was
guy.
just weird. Yeah, like
These star bikes, they were possessed this weekend. They
it
had
was.
a mind of their
but right,
own.
it was
But
right
to see
there.
it out
You
of the
just-
corner
out
of your eye.
you see a bike.
Oh, rest in peace.
Oh gosh. Okay, Sexton washes the front.
It wouldn't be 23 Supercross without one of these.
Well, it wouldn't be a night show if Sexton didn't fall over once. But then again,
it was on cue with our watch party. We were talking about it literally
Really?
seconds before it happened. But then we ate our words because right after our
Tomac's not known for throwing away leads, right? If
No.
he did, Anaheim won.
no, but
then he won.
Regardless, I still felt like I jinxed him because Tomac goes down. And you pointed out it was a little bit of a freak situation. It wasn't like he grabbed too much front brake or
He didn't
too
have
much
his
brake
hand
at all.
on the brake.
Yeah, he didn't even.
He
if you
literally
look
had
at his finger. It wasn't
zero
even
front-
on the brake.
Or his brake pedal. Like, it didn't even look like he was braking. It just... Because his foot's
just
off the pedal right
slid.
there when he's sliding. He
Yeah.
just slid out. It's kind of weird. And then... So here's the real question. Let's do a poll here. Did lappers cost Sexton the win?
Yeah. Would Sexton would have taken the overall too if he had.
Absolutely. I mean, I'm not complaining because it got me points, but look at this. He is at a complete stop right there because Chisholm is in the way.
That was Chisholm.
Yep, that was Chiz right there that went down. And then 70...
So to Chisholm's
who is
credit,
that?
though, he held his line, and he kind of, you see him get in the upright position, like he knew what was going on. He knew Sexton was right behind him.
Well, did they have another angle?
Oh no, he was kind of squirreling. Now that I
Because he was
see it
right.
back.
I'm just saying,
But
I
it's
don't know.
inevitable. It just,
But if
Sexton just finds himself in these situations, I just don't feel like you can fault the lapper completely. In my opinion, it's a little bit of both.
I mean, Sexton
just
said he needs to
unfortunate.
read him better, but here's the deal, though, dude. He's crashed
Right,
in the
yeah.
middle of it, and
It's hard.
Where he crashed is the very end of the rhythm or the whoop section, which means he probably didn't get squirrely till the very end. So Chase is in there, and then if he's going down while Chase is already in the whoop section, I'm not going to pretend like it's easy to switch directions.
Not for
But
sure.
that happened, and then immediately after that, what happens again? He literally gets caught up behind another lapper. So
Yep.
I'll go 80-20. I'll go 80% lappers, 20% Chase Sexton.
Okay.
But I'm still saying Webb was gifted that pass.
Yeah, he definitely was gifted that
100%.
pass. But Webb, he's always – how many times has this happened with Webb in second place? With Roczen, with – I don't know if it's –
You remember Dean Wilson was in Roczen's way and Webb got that one too?
Oh, that's what but to some extent, like when it happens this much, like you got to credit Webb for just being there at the right time. He just –
No, 100%. I agree. I mean, they say that Grant Harlan apologized, but I mean, these guys are out there racing their race too.
Yep.
And I'm sure Grant Harlan and Chisholm were probably battling.
They probably were.
So it's like,
but at the same time, I have no doubt that the blue flag had been out for a minute for those two. So it's hard.
I don't know, man. It is hard. Nothing is a gift in racing. Well, maybe not. Yeah, maybe you're right. I mean, you got to be there to capitalize.
Yep. And I agree, Jared. I just feel like it was unfortunate for Sexton. I feel like whoever was leading, that was going to happen to.
Yeah, I don't. It's
not a Sexton thing. It's not a.
It's Webb, man. He goes out. He's like a mediocre fifth in the first one. Comes out, doesn't win the second, and then somehow is just right there to capitalize in the last one, and then wins the overall.
But Rocco says Sexton beat Tomac though, so he's still gained, and that's the
they both gained.
That's the biggest story is that these two both beat the points leader.
If Sexton goes down and Tomac wins that overall, Sexton's attitude is completely different. Mm-hmm. He's like, you know what, I went down, but you know what, Tomac did too, so I gained points on him. So it's not.
Absolutely.
But I don't know.
You guys want to check out this lap chart?
Yes, JB? I do. Which one? We got all three of them up there, huh?
Paul the passer. So. Okay, well, let's look at this lap chart one time, and then we got to get into Paul.
Oh, Paul. Yeah, that's Coop's name, right?
Yeah,
I was
apparently.
like, Paul the passer.
I was so confused about that, his first main event win or whatever this year. I didn't know where that came from. But apparently that's,
it's Paul.
Yeah, it's funny.
What is AJ? It's Albert. AJ Catanzaro's first name's Albert.
Yeah, I'd go by AJ too. Sorry, let's go lap chart. Thanks for calling in. Anyway, let's look at these lap charts. Thank you, JB. He had these done yesterday.
Hold up, stay with main one there. So, yeah, here's the thing. Like I said, I'm a little concerned that if Levi could just thank you. Are we good?
Yep,
there we go.
hold it on that one for a second.
Yeah, I don't know. Obviously, the track wasn't that conducive to passing. There weren't too many passes made.
Oh, maybe we run a poll on this, but I want your take first with the futures. Do you feel like it's like this was a simple track, no doubt. The whoops got crazy, no matter what. But I do feel like these futures tracks are just a little simple.
Well, they dumbed down the whoops for the futures. Yeah. I know that they cut the whoops down, which honestly the whoops were still nasty. Dudes were crashing them all night long. They were still chewed up. So I don't know if that was even that big of a deal.
As far as like passing opportunities or just places for passes.
Well, that's what I mean. It's a futures track, which made for the main events. I mean, well, look, you still had guys like Sexton, even Hunter Lawrence that could still rip through the pack. But it wasn't terrible. I mean, dudes were still making passes. Guys were making mistakes.
True.
Look, even if it was a simple track, you still can't argue that guys weren't making mistakes and giving up the lead.
Yeah, fair enough. Okay.
So I'm okay with it. And I would rather have a simpler track that has dudes just freight training, right? Just
freight training meaning.
I mean, like from first to fifth place, you could throw a blanket over them.
Oh, okay.
I would rather have that than like a track where you've got the leader who is out by 15 seconds, and then you're like, cool, and then all they do is focus on second and third place.
No, I agree.
Personal opinion.
Fair enough. I agree.
So I'm not mad about the track layout.
Well, let's get back to these lap charts. So last note I want to make on this first one is with Savacci. Do you know what happened to Savacci?
I don't think they said his name, but he was moving up.
He was.
Oh no, sorry, he was an eighth, and then
I feel like something happened here, and he didn't start for the next two main events.
They never mentioned his name,
so I don't know if anybody knows what happened to Savacci. Please let us know.
Did you expect more out of Jay Coop by now?
I mean, I had forgot Cooper was even racing.
He started in 10th, and Justin Hill beat him.
Yep. Unfortunate.
Just expected a little bit more. All right, lap chart 2. If I hear that one more time. Okay, here Anderson passes Webb.
Yeah, Anderson looked the best he's
looked
all year.
When he passed Webb, this is another one of those times where you think there's no way Webb's going to win the overall tonight. Like, he just got fifth. He just got passed by Anderson. Clearly not the fastest guy. But then, yeah, again, like Sexton passed Tomac just like straight up.
Oh, and it was like, it wasn't like a mistake on Tomac's part.
Not
you
at
could
all.
see the speed difference between these two. Sexton was all over him.
Yeah.
And yeah, that has me worried.
I mean,
a
I'm just
little bit.
like, what? I mean, look, Tomac knows that Sexton's the next closest guy, doesn't want him finishing ahead of him. But on just a raw speed deal, Sexton's faster.
Yep.
At this point, can we argue that Sexton is faster than Tomac? He's qualified fastest almost every round. And every main event, we'd have to go back and look, but he's typically setting the fastest lap times. It's just, yeah, I mean, if Sexton doesn't have these stupid late race crashes, he's probably got a nice 10, 15-point lead at this point.
No doubt. He hurt his wrist. So this is Savachi.
Is Chase too fired up about? I'm not fired up about Futures. I just think it was about the track. It was about the track.
Futures it's great. Like,
I feel like Daxton Bennett needs to just move up.
no kidding. That's what I was gonna say. Is there just another rider in that Futures that could just come out? We've seen what
Daxton.
Deegan's done, and just
He won by like 7 or 8 seconds in a shorter race, and he crushed it in the first Futures race
it's
too.
too bad. We should have pulled some. That start from the Futures, it was a
Dude,
miracle.
he was like 5 bike lengths ahead too.
Yeah, but the rest of them, it was a miracle that nothing happened. They were almost just a domino.
I'm not a Chase Sexton fanboy. I'm a Tomac fanboy. You just got to give credit where credit's due. Sexton is the faster guy, and then Webb just beats him with freaking racecraft. It blows my mind. It just, yeah, I don't know.
Is Chase too fired up?
It's shaping up to be a weird season. Webb has only led like 8-9 laps.
And
He's only a few points. He's 2 points or 4 points down. He's only won 2 overalls. Well, how many races? Sexton's only won once. Webb now has more wins than Sexton.
Oh yeah.
What's happening?
It is weird.
It mathematically doesn't make sense.
And until this weekend, Tomac, he had to fill that gap of he hasn't finished second, he hasn't finished third, right?
Yeah.
Hasn't even finished fourth, I believe.
Well, he got a third now.
So he marked his third off.
He hasn't got
checked
second.
his third off, but it is odd.
And I had a point to make, and we've only had 3 winners so far.
Yeah, that's
in 7 rounds. I mean,
typical.
Looking back historically, I feel like we usually have 4.
3. I feel like 3 is about what we hit, and then I wouldn't deny that we will get a 4th, and it's probably going to be Anderson to do it. But
yeah. I guess typically you have like 4 dudes that win, and then you just get like a random, like a Marv who wins the last round or something like that. Okay. What else do we need to talk about here? Oh, so we went over all the highlights here. Can I have a rant?
Yes, you can.
Can I have a rant?
Do we have the soapbox in here?
Can we chill? Can we just calm down on the Danger Boy Deegan talk during the races?
From a specific person?
The announcers, yeah. I just am in that boat right now where I'm like, dude, if you keep force feeding me Danger Boy Deegan all night long,
I'm gonna throw it up.
I'm gonna throw it up. Kind of like they were on the verge with Jet Lawrence, still kind of there, and then they have Jet in the booth the whole
Hunter's
night.
The one race, I just can't. I like Jet. Don't get me wrong. Like but you can't deny how talented of a rider he is. But with the whole donuts thing, it's every single weekend. Hunter just can't catch a break or get the limelight for a second, even when he deserves it. It's ridiculous.
And Jet, look, I'm sorry, I understand it's his brother, but to me, it doesn't look very good when Nate Thrasher and Hunter Lawrence got together and go down. Mm-hmm. Jet Lawrence on live TV says, "What an idiot!" He's calling Nate Thrasher an idiot, and I'm just like, this isn't going good. No. He's calling riders idiots, and then he's like, "Oh, sorry, yeah, it was a mistake," and he's like. He's just saying some things where I'm like, man,
he's young, but
I know, I get it.
I get it. I get where you're coming from, though, and
I'm ready for it, Paul.
You're ready for
get ready to be torn apart by
fangirls. It was a little cringy on the live.
Yeah, big chill.
That's get enough sleep, says Aaron.
I don't know, man. I'm just like
Carmichael just does that though. He does it with Paul. He does it with Cooper Webb. Or has and still does.
Yeah.
And Danger Boy is just his next Cooper Webb, I think.
I don't know, dude.
He loves whoever has a chip on their shoulder. How many times have we heard that term from?
Maybe I'm like mad because I want Chance Hymas, who's also a brand new rookie who's crushing it to get more highlights.
It's true. Like his name has been said a handful of times.
A couple times.
It's like he's not having quite as the same performance as Deegan, but without a doubt.
Haven't we already
still
had Jet
off.
in the booth this year?
Yeah. Or at least race day live. I don't know about the booth during the night show. We'd have to confirm that.
I don't know. Personally, I say keep riders out of the booth during the live broadcast.
Unless it's James Stewart. Please bring James Stewart back. I want
guests
James in there.
Just
yeah.
Personal opinion. I don't know.
The racers.
Okay, that's my vent.
Agreed. I will second that.
I don't know. What else did you think, though?
From the whole weekend?
I don't know. Is there anything else? Do you have a rant? Everything else good?
No, I'm okay. I do have to give some credit about the press conference. That I feel like it was improved somewhat.
They cleaned it up a little bit.
Not as far as the production quality, but as far as the questions.
In my opinion, anytime Daniel Blair is the one heading the press conference, it gets much better because I feel like he does a much better job of leading into the introduction. Mm-hmm. He gets the conversation started by asking a rider a question. He just knows how to create get the conversation going a lot better. It's not just like this awkward. Yeah, so
he definitely kills it. So that was good. My biggest point was that I wanted to bring up was with Tomac and him extending his contract. I'm pumped. Like we should all be pumped that he's racing outdoors. And let's maybe talk about the Super Motocross a little bit. I need to do some more research there. But
yeah,
I heard over the phone when you were talking to Hubbard. So Webb is already qualified for that. Yes.
Well,
all it takes is a main event win.
Something like if anybody knows the actual rules, please comment. Because I haven't done a whole lot of research.
I swear it's changing.
See, that's why I was surprised that Tomac said he's going to race outdoors, because I thought that if you won a Supercross race, you were automatically qualified to race the Super Motocross Championship at the end of the year.
But then I went to check that, and it sounds like it's just the LCQ.
Oh, yeah. So you're not
guaranteed the seat at the actual event. You're guaranteed a spot at the LCQ.
Oh.
But I don't know. That's why I swear I'm getting different information.
So they still need to accumulate points from outdoors, because that was the whole. That would make sense, because that was the whole reasoning to have. They were doing this, right? They were trying to keep riders away from World Supercross, from wanting to, skip outdoors to go to that.
Yep.
So I guess it wouldn't make sense if they were like, well, if you do win a main event, you can still skip outdoors and race it. So, okay.
Anyway, bring Grant Langston back. Yeah, Grant Langston was phenomenal.
He was in the outdoors. Any main event win qualifies you. But does it, we're just asking Curtis, does it?
Is it for the actual event or the LCQ?
And how does the LCQ work? I have no idea.
I don't know. Maybe we're just going to embarrass ourselves by showing how
uneducated
we are on it. But
I
need to look into it.
We need to get somebody from. Let's try it.
I think that we're getting to that point where I want to start talking about it, thinking about it.
Well, we sure don't sound like SXperts right now.
Very true.
I will get somebody. We have contacts from Feld.
SXperts.
I will get somebody from Feld. I will try my best this week to get some clarified answers and bring them to the show on Thursday.
Okay, that would be
good
great.
To go.
Robert, if someone rolls up a dump truck full of money and says, "Do you want to race outdoors?" What do you think's going to happen?
I agree. I love it. I'm glad that, hey, if it weren't for Super Motocross, probably not going to have Eli Tomac racing outdoors.
Yeah, which
100%.
That's the whole reason I bring it up, is because is that the reason that he's sticking around?
Throw a bucket of cash, I would imagine, right?
Yep. Anyway.
Okay.
Regardless, pumped to see Tomac still gonna be around.
Yes, Daniel Blair. Maybe
we'll have Daniel come help us out.
Maybe Daniel can call in on Thursday and just give a little bit of explanation to everybody and explain it. Blair is great. He'd know. Agreed. Yes.
But other than that, I don't have much.
We've got some memes if you guys want.
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Well, these I haven't taken a look at these yet. So
hey, did we ever hear back from our meme winner for the contest?
Oh, they got. I meant to check with you on that. They responded.
Okay.
They're probably just awaiting their gear, so we need to decide whether Discord or YouTube. She did respond. So
on YouTube or Discord?
I think on the.
Okay, hit me up after, and we will get you your gear. Sorry about that, but we're gonna do it. That was good.
That is good.
Oh. There is one on here. I don't know if we can show, but it's one of Conor McGregor, which I laughed pretty hard for a while.
This is, and I swear it's unfortunate the wild card was in 13th place at this Triple Crown, because when they show the overall results at the end, they never get to it, so you don't know. You don't know if you got the wild card until way later.
That's what's hard about just the Triple Crowns in general is like you're trying to do the math and you're just like, I have no idea.
If I got to be honest, I'm kind of losing a little bit of interest.
I'm in that boat. I'm in that boat. Sexton does not lose if it weren't for lappers.
Yeah,
okay.
Fair enough.
Hit the wild card. That's right, dude. Hey.
Not me, though. I think I've gotten one wild card this year.
I'm catching you.
Anyways.
Gosh, dude. All right, well, look. Is there anything else we need to cover? I did my rant, got into it. Any other riders that really... Oh, AC, dude. Let's talk about Adam Cianciarulo real quick.
Re-injuring?
They said re-aggravated his wrist in press day. So I'm like, okay, so he's been riding injured?
Yeah.
And just hadn't disclosed it?
Would make sense, right?
Because he's been fading back really bad?
I think we were right. I think he's been injured and is just like, I'll save the people the explanation or the post of, hey, I'm injured again, the eye roll, exactly. And then he re-aggravates it so much that he can't even race. So I think we were in the right track there.
What happens to Adam Cianciarulo in 2024? Is a contract year for him?
Do we want to know the answer?
Is he back on a factory Cowie? Does he change teams for like just
I think you brought this up last time. Like, look at a guy like Savacci putting in way more consistent and better results than AC on a satellite team.
It's not hating on AC, but it's just like at what point do you know what you're gonna get at this point?
And it's got to be hard. That's no easy decision.
Oh, it's brutal.
He's been with Monster his entire life. Like, yeah, that's
Barsha's fault. Did Barsha make him crash or something? I don't know. He'll go to.
I think he was scared of Barsha, honestly.
Oh, did he?
I don't know. Anyway. I don't know, man. It's one of those things where it's got to be tough, but I don't know. I'm half gutted for the guy. I'm curious, like, what the heck is going on.
So it was enough of an injury. I don't think he'll be back. It's not like
they haven't announced.
Right?
I don't know. They just. I mean,
speaking of injuries, though, Ferrandis should be back next weekend.
Is he coming back for Daytona?
He'll be back for Daytona.
Oh, you wanted to talk Daytona.
Oh, yeah, of course.
Quick predictions?
I think Tomac bounces back.
Do you?
Yeah, I think Tomac.
No rider goes there with more confidence.
Yep.
But you know what, though, dude? I got a little feeling that Sexton, Mr. Crushed Outdoors,
where he does it.
Crushed Outdoors,
goes to Tomac stomping grounds and just takes it away.
Nobody wants to beat Tomac in his house more than these guys at Daytona. They're sick of Tomac winning Daytona. He's done it, 6 out of 7 years?
Yeah, a lot.
I think he's won it 6 times, right? Beat Carmichael's record last year with the 6th win. And then, so I don't know, man. I bet these guys are fired up to beat Tomac.
No doubt they're fired up, but if I had to predict now, I'm still going to go with Tomac.
Yeah. Dude, his starts, though, dude. He ripped almost basically 2 hole shots out of 3 mains last week.
His line, let's talk about that a little bit. His outside gate pick. To some people, that probably is like, what are you doing?
What a boss, though, dude.
Yeah, still pulls it off.
Is it I'm trying to stay out of trouble? Or do you think he just felt like...
It was both. He felt good there. He said in the press conference that rut was just working out great, but then we saw time and time again that inside was just mayhem. Yeah. That's what he was avoiding. But props to that bike and him.
I know, because they said it, and they're like, dude, Tomac's lined way up outside. Mm-hmm. And maybe because when he's out there, you got a bunch of privateers that aren't going to pinch you off. So he's not worried about, some Webb or somebody getting the jump and pinching him off.
Or, somebody breaking too early. I don't know.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah, that was a good move overall.
What if AP did win Daytona?
I got to give a shout-out to Anderson, though, getting ran over and then winning the main event in the next one. That was pretty awesome.
It was. Dude, yeah, man. I might take a risk and go Sexton at Daytona.
Over Cooper.
Yeah, just because it's like I just all out raw speed, I'll give it to Sexton every time.
Because it was close last year, wasn't it? Webb was leading it.
Webb led
came back.
It was Shane McElrath that was a lapper in the whoops.
Yep, 745 Moto fan. He got pauled. He got pauled himself.
He did.
Yep.
He got pauled.
Anyways,
almost. I don't know.
I agree, Ajax. I don't know if I'm gonna. I feel like we just know Daytona is such a difficult, technical, gnarly track that Sexton's just gonna have that. He's just not gonna be calculated enough and go down.
So?
Yeah, I would expect him to just go down again.
Okay. But I mean, it is a track where mistakes can be made.
If somebody's gonna beat Tomac at Daytona, I'm putting Paul.
Okay.
I love that Paul Cooper.
Paul Cooper.
That's funny.
New thing. I love it. All right. Well, look, that's all I got to talk about. We got Daytona coming up. Join us on Thursday because we're going to come at you with some stats and some other talking points to help you out. And but yeah, so AC, don't know if he's going to be racing. Savachi, well, Savachi's ride just ended, right?
Supposedly,
I think his ride just ended. Ferrandis is coming back.
One more poll. I just want to know. Maybe it was just me. Maybe it's because I had raced during the day and I was just super tired. But the whole night show ran long. I'm not a huge fan of Triple Crowns anymore.
The gap between them's getting really. It's hard to keep my interest.
With futures in there, I'm just like.
I agree. As a viewer on television, the Triple Crowns drag on pretty bad.
Long-winded.
Hey, someone just gave you props for the Rhino Rally, dude.
Oh, did they?
Yeah, you were just down there racing.
Yeah, Dyson. Okay, yeah. Thank you for saying what's up. It was in signups. Had a few people come say hello. I hope that you finished safe. What a gnarly race.
How'd you do?
I did okay. I was battling for 5th overall, 5th pro. Most of the race ended up 6th.
And it was supposed to be kind of muddy, and it was dusty.
Yeah, St. George, Utah. If you're local to Utah, you know that it's not often that they get snow, but it was projected to be a muddy snow race. And, of course, typical Utah desert racing, it was dusty as crap. So, anyways, 95-ish miles of dust and choppy washes.
95
it was a good time.
miles?
The blisters are
Jeez.
okay. You should see. Oh, we should have pulled up the. Maybe we'll post it on the SXperts. My roost bruises are pretty aggressive. Anyway, enough about my racing.
Well, look,
won your class. Let's go, Kevin. Congratulations.
Okay.
Hope to see you at other races.
I'm just worried about Tomac. That's all I can say. Just not giving me the dominating. I have the all-out raw speed that nobody else can match Tomac because it's just not really.
Maybe he's just not a fan of Triple Crowns either. Maybe he comes out next weekend and just puts the smack down. But anyways.
Okay. Well, hey, last time he had a bad race, what did he do? He came back and
put the smack down.
And won. All right, well, look, everybody, thank you so much for joining us live right now. If you are here in the chat, comment down below, even after this video is over. What are your thoughts on Tomac?
Should he be worried?
Should he be worried? Is he the favorite to win the title at this point? I mean, I don't know if we've ever had 3 riders this close, this far into the season. Usually Daytona's like around 10, so it's kind of early this year.
Again, my take is that if he's not nice, pull Levi. Let's go. He's just always on it. My take is that if something goes wrong after Daytona, obviously, then Tomac should be worried. But anyway.
Do you like Triple Crowns?
No, that's what I was going with the whole thing. I'm kind of over him. I'm kind of done with him.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know.
Interesting.
Anyway. Interesting.
Right. Well, look, everybody, thank you for joining us live. Remember, the link to the Discord is in the description, so go there. That's where we have just our general chat. That's where we post all the stats. Dr. JB helps us out there.
And I can't remember your username, who won the MSR gear set, but we're doing that today. We'll get you covered today.
We'll get you hooked up.
Get you your gear.
And don't forget about memes. Deserved. Keep submitting those memes because we're going to be giving away even more gear sets. So
this ain't the only time.
Yeah, anyway. You got anything else, dude?
Nope, that's it.
Okay, thanks for watching. We'll see you Thursday.
See you guys.